Have you ever asked yourself, why is there something rather than nothing? It sounds like a question for philosophers sitting in armchairs, but today it's a question for physicists standing at chalkboards. Because 100 years ago, science made a discovery that shook the foundations of how we think about the universe. And I'd argue, brought us face to face with God. Stick with me for the next 10 minutes. We're going to look at real science, a 900-year-old philosophical argument, and how the two fit together like a key in a lock. For most of human history, the dominant assumption, even among many scientists, was that the universe was eternal. No beginning, no end, just always there. Aristotle believed it. Many 19th and early 20th century scientists believed it. Even Einstein, when his own equations suggested the universe was expanding, added a fudge factor called the cosmological constant, just to force his math to describe a static, eternal universe. He later called it the biggest blunder of his career. Then came the evidence. In the 1920s, Edwin Hubble observed that distant galaxies are moving away from us, and the farther away they are, the faster they're receding. The universe is expanding. Run that expansion backward, like rewinding a film, and everything. All matter, all energy, and space itself converges on a single unimaginably dense starting point. Then, in 1965, two Bell Labs scientists, Arno Penzias and Robert Wilson, accidentally detected a faint microwave hiss coming from every direction in the sky. They thought it was static, even pigeon droppings on their antenna. It turned out to be the cosmic microwave background radiation, the residual afterglow of the universe's fiery beginning, predicted decades earlier by Big Bang cosmology. It won them the Nobel Prize. Today, this is about as close to settled science as cosmology gets. The universe, matter, energy, space, and even time itself had an absolute beginning, not just a rearrangement of pre-existing stuff. Genuine origination from nothing physical at all. Let that sink in. Modern cosmology tells us the universe has not always existed. It came into being. And that single fact opens the door to one of the oldest and most powerful arguments for God's existence. This argument has roots in ancient Greek thought, but it was refined by medieval Muslim theologians and philosophers, thinkers like Al-Kindi and Al-Ghazali, in what's called the Kalam tradition. It was brought into contemporary philosophy largely through the work of Christian philosopher William Lane Craig. The structure is simple, almost embarrassingly simple, but its implications are enormous. Here it is, in 3 lines. Premise 1. Everything that begins to exist has a cause. Premise 2. The universe began to exist. Conclusion. Therefore, the universe has a cause. Let's take these one at a time. Premise 1 rests on something so basic to human reasoning that we build our entire lives around it. Things don't pop into existence uncaused, out of nothing. If you heard a loud bang behind you right now, you wouldn't shrug and say, well, things just do that sometimes. You'd ask, what caused that? Every field of science operates on this assumption. It's the bedrock of causality itself. Nothing in our experience or in scientific inquiry gives us any reason to think something can simply spring from nothing uncaused. Premise 2 is where the science we just covered comes in. Contemporary cosmology, Hubble's expansion, the cosmic microwave background, the mathematics of general relativity worked out by Roger Penrose and Stephen Hawking and their singularity theorems, points to a real beginning of the universe a finite time ago, roughly 13.8 billion years back. If both premises are true, the conclusion follows with logical certainty. The universe has a cause. This is where it gets interesting, because we're not just left with something caused the universe and free to speculate wildly. We can reason carefully about the nature of that cause. Think about what this cause must be like. It caused all of space, so the cause itself cannot be spatial. It must be non-physical, beyond space. It caused all matter and energy, so the cause itself cannot be made of matter or energy. It must be immaterial. It caused time itself to begin, so the cause cannot be inside time. It must be timeless, existing without beginning, without succession of moments. What philosophers call eternal in the fullest sense. And it must be enormously powerful, powerful enough to bring an entire universe, all matter and energy, and the four fundamental forces into being from nothing physical at all. So we're left with a cause that is spaceless, immaterial, timeless, and unimaginably powerful. But here's the part I find most compelling. Why would a timeless, changeless cause produce an effect, the universe, at a particular moment, rather than either always producing it or never producing it at all? If the cause were a purely mechanical, impersonal force, we'd expect its effect to be as eternal as the cause itself. Ice doesn't sit there for eternity, and then, one day, spontaneously decide to freeze. The best explanation many philosophers point to is that this cause isn't a mindless mechanism at all. It's an agent, a mind, something with the freedom to choose to create at a particular moment, rather than being compelled by blind necessity. A spaceless, immaterial, timeless, unimaginably powerful, personal mind that freely chose to bring the universe into being. Read that description again slowly. That's not a bad description of what Christians have called God for thousands of years. Careful here, because intellectual honesty matters. The Kalam argument, on its own, doesn't hand you the entire Christian faith gift wrapped. It doesn't, by itself, prove the resurrection of Jesus, or the Trinity, or the authority of Scripture. Those are separate lines of evidence and revelation. And skeptics have raised various objections to different parts of this argument over the centuries. Some question whether we can be fully certain premise one applies to the universe as a whole. Others explore alternative cosmological models. It's worth wrestling with those questions, honestly. But what the Kalam argument does give us is remarkably significant. Good philosophical and scientific reason to believe that a transcendent, powerful personal cause stands behind the existence of everything we see. It takes the door that modern cosmology cracked open, a universe with a beginning, and shows us what's standing on the other side. The psalmist wrote thousands of years before Hubble's telescope or Penzias and Wilson's antenna. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Genesis doesn't read like a scientific textbook, but it got something profoundly right that much of the ancient world and much of modern science until the 20th century got wrong. The universe had a beginning. Science didn't have to point this direction. It could have confirmed an eternal, self-existent cosmos. No explanation needed. Instead, it pointed us toward a beginning, and a beginning demands a beginner. So the next time someone tells you that faith and science stand on opposite sides of a wall, remember this: it was science, cold, hard, peer-reviewed physics, that confirmed the universe had a beginning, and it's been reason and logic for centuries telling us that beginnings need causes. Put them together, and you don't get a contradiction between faith and reason. You get an invitation to look past the equations, past the telescopes, and consider the one who spoke. And it was. If this helped you see faith and science in a new light, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, where we'll dig into fine-tuning and why the universe looks less like an accident and more like a home prepared for us.